Who stands as the UFC's best fighters, each representing a unique fighting style? Today, I'll be sharing my insights, starting straight off with the best boxer in the UFC. Now, a lot of people would say the usual picks like Max Holloway or Petr Yan, or maybe even a newer fighter like Song Yadong or Jack Della Maddalena. However, after UFC 293, I think I can finally say Sean Strickland is the best boxer in the UFC without sounding like a complete idiot. In his performance at UFC 293, he achieved something truly extraordinary. He defeated Israel Adesanya, the second best middleweight of all time, for the middleweight belt, and he did it using just his boxing skills. What's even more remarkable is how he made Adesanya miss over 100 times during the fight. Strickland's defensive prowess is unmatched. He's always just slightly out of range, and he moves his head with such precision that opponents struggle to lay a glove on him. Even Israel Adesanya, one of the UFC's best kickboxers, couldn't find his jab against Strickland. When a fighter of Adesanya's caliber can't land a clean shot, it solidifies Strickland's status as the greatest pure boxer in the UFC. Now, let's turn our attention to the UFC's best kickboxer, a name that has been making waves in the combat sports world, Alex Pereira. This two-division glory kickboxing champion possesses an incredible arsenal of striking skills, including jaw-dropping knockout power. In a remarkably short span, Pereira has taken the UFC by storm. With less than 10 fights under his belt, he clinched the UFC middleweight championship. But that's not where his journey ends. Pereira is now the #1 contender at light heavyweight and is set to face the formidable Yuri Prochazka in a clash that promises nothing short of violence personified. Frankly, I'd be genuinely surprised if that fight goes the distance. If Pereira secures the win against Prochazka and becomes a two-division champion in the UFC, he could arguably stake his claim as one of the greatest combat sports athletes ever. This feat wouldn't be confined to just kickboxing, it would transcend sports and stand as an extraordinary achievement in the realm of combat sports. Now, let's shift our focus to the best pure wrestler in MMA today, and without a doubt, that title belongs to Bo Nickal. While I previously explored how Khamzat Chimaev might perform under MMA rules, when it comes to pure wrestling, there's no one in the UFC who can outshine Nickal. His accomplishments speak volumes. Bo Nickal's wrestling pedigree is nothing short of remarkable. He's a force to be reckoned with, boasting a track record that is truly awe-inspiring. As of now, I can't think of anyone more deserving of this spot as the UFC's premier pure wrestler. His prowess on the mat is undeniable, making him a formidable presence in the world of mixed martial arts. As we transition to the realm of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, one name shines brighter than the rest: Ryan Hall. When it comes to pure BJJ practitioners in MMA, Hall is in a league of his own. His mastery of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is simply extraordinary. Ryan Hall's technical wizardry on the ground has left a trail of baffled opponents in its wake. In a sport where grappling skills are pivotal, Hall's BJJ expertise is nothing short of legendary. Now, it's worth noting that Hall's MMA career has been plagued with injuries, and he doesn't fight as frequently as some of his peers. However, in the moments he does step into the octagon, he showcases a level of BJJ brilliance that's hard to match. While there are certainly other notable BJJ practitioners in the UFC like Beneil Dariush, Gilbert Burns, and Charles Oliveira, if I had to choose one as the best pure BJJ practitioner in MMA, I'm going with Ryan Hall. Now, let's venture into the world of Muay Thai striking, a realm filled with incredible talents like Valentina Shevchenko, Cyril Garn, Rafael Fiziev, and Edson Barboza. Selecting the best pure Muay Thai striker in the UFC is no easy task, given the abundance of remarkable contenders. However, my choice might raise some eyebrows. I'm going with Matt the Immortal Brown. I know, he's been around the block and is considered one of the veterans of the sport, but when it comes to Muay Thai clinching, unleashing devastating elbows, powerful kicks, and sheer striking power, Matt Brown is the complete package. His record speaks for itself. He's tied for the most knockouts in UFC history, a testament to his incredible striking abilities. While others may argue for different contenders, in my book, Matt Brown's Muay Thai skills have stood the test of time, making him my pick as the best pure Muay Thai striker in the UFC. Let's explore the world of Kung Fu practitioners in the UFC. While there aren't many prominent Kung Fu practitioners in MMA, especially in the UFC, when it comes to the current roster, one name stands out: Zhang Weili. Kevin Holland is another fighter known for his Kung Fu background, but it's hard to argue against Zhang Weili, who currently holds the title of Women's Strawweight Champion. Her impressive performances and championship status speak volumes about her Kung Fu skills. While there may not be many Kung Fu practitioners in the UFC, she has made a significant impact, earning her the title of the best Kung Fu practitioner in the promotion. The best Sambo practitioner in the UFC is none other than Islam Makhachev. His remarkable journey in Sambo includes a gold medal win at the prestigious 2016 FIAS World Combat Sambo Championships. This achievement, coupled with his current status as the UFC lightweight champion, solidifies his reputation as one of the most accomplished Sambo practitioners in the sport. Islam Makhachev's success in both the Sambo world and the UFC sets him apart as the clear choice for the best Sambo practitioner. When it comes to karate in the UFC, there's a name that stands out head and shoulders above the rest: Wonderboy Stephen Thompson. In fact, it's not even a close competition. Stephen Thompson's mastery of karate has been a defining factor in his career. His striking style is a unique blend of precision, timing, and athleticism that has baffled his opponents time and time again. In a world where fighters come from various backgrounds, Stephen Thompson's karate skills have earned him a special place in the sport. He's a true virtuoso in the octagon, making him the undisputed choice as the best karate fighter in the UFC. When we delve into the world of capoeira in the UFC, there's one fighter who immediately comes to mind: Michel Pereira. In fact, he stands almost alone in this regard. While some fighters like Conor McGregor have incorporated elements of capoeira into their styles, Michel Pereira is the lone candidate who consistently utilizes this unique technique with genuine success. Pereira's performances inside the octagon have often featured breathtaking displays of capoeira-inspired movements, showcasing his agility, creativity, and flair. His unorthodox strikes and acrobatics have captured the attention of fight fans worldwide. In a sport where diversity of styles is celebrated, Michel Pereira's capoeira skills make him a standout and the undisputed choice as the best capoeira fighter in the UFC. When it comes to taekwondo in the UFC, there's one fighter who stands out as the best: Yair Rodriguez. Now, I might be a bit biased because he's one of my favorite fighters, but that's the beauty of creating a list like this. It's a chance to share our opinions and spark discussions. Yair Rodriguez's taekwondo background has been a defining factor in his MMA career. His striking style is a dazzling display of taekwondo techniques, characterized by high, fast kicks and dynamic footwork. His spinning attacks and unorthodox kicks have become hallmarks of his fighting style. In a sport that celebrates diverse martial arts backgrounds, Yair Rodriguez's taekwondo skills have not only set him apart, but have also provided fight fans with some of the most electrifying moments in the octagon. While others may have their favorites, in my book, Yair Rodriguez is the best taekwondo fighter in the UFC. And finally, because the only other martial art I could think of was judo, and Sambo pretty much has that covered as it's all very similar, I just can't be bothered to make the entry for it. So, I'm going to end my list with the most well-rounded fighter in the UFC. Now, this was a hard choice because most people would automatically be drawn to Alexander Volkanovski. But it's hard to say he's that well-rounded with no submissions on his record. He has very good defensive skills on the ground and strong ground and pound, but his submissions game, as far as we've seen, just isn't really there. He doesn't go for submissions at all, and I don't believe he has a single win by submission in his career. So, ultimately, my pick for the most well-rounded fighter in the UFC: John Bones Jones. I know, his footwork isn't the best, but when it comes to being an all-around fighter, he has it all. He can strike, and not only strike, but throw a much bigger arsenal of different techniques than Volkanovski. His wrestling is the best in the heavyweight division by a mile. He has so many ways to submit you, he attacks from all angles, and he can finish fights by knockout, submissions, and go the distance, as he's proved many times. So, that wraps up my list of the best fighters by style in the UFC. I am the MMA spokesman. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.